Well, Candy, I have to say, you shook the foundation.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is season 9, episode 15 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is my review. You know what, that Candy, you know, there was a lot of these little antics that's been going on over here. But since lesbian gate done got started, you know what? Candy's over there acting like a good old drag queen. When I say Candy shook the foundation today, she shook the foundation. Candy did what Sheree's been hired to do. Okay? For the most part. First thing when we started into this episode, Candy has invited everyone, all the girls, basically, over to her house. And Shamia. Everybody except for Portia. And she's like, the hell with it. I'm dishing all the tea. She dished all the tea. Blasted it all. I was like, okay, because again, like I wasn't a big fan of this. Like how they were such good friends and then how, these secrets have been told. It's not cool. It really isn't. It's not cool because when you fall out, you just fall out and then you shut up and leave each other alone. But Portia, you wanted to be underhanded and dirty. You're telling lies and carrying on like that. And the more we watch, the more tired of it that everybody's becoming. So, wage war. And when there's war, anything goes, right? Candy's ass unloaded. Shots were fired. She emptied that gun that she was carrying that day in her living room. Told it all. And the girls were falling out all over the floor, carrying on. Sheree sitting over the Shriggle said, oh, I can't believe that Portia is a carpet muncher. I said, oh, not carpet muncher. Okay. Carried on. They got it all out there. At the same time, Portia's over at Lauren's. She's telling Lauren. But again, she's telling that same version of the bullshit. She don't remember nothing. Oh, blame it on the Hennessy or the vodka or the whatever she was doing. Okay. Then she even done threw in this episode. There's this throw in of Todd and Candy tried to drug her. Now, this is where it gets ugly, and I understood Candy, and again, y'all know I don't be Team Candy, but I understood it. When the thing about drugs and all that came in, I understood what Candy was saying when she said, I have children, I have businesses, and that's something that you just don't want on you. You don't want people looking at you. There's just certain things pedophilia, you don't want on you. Drugs, you don't want on you. Shit, the lesbianism part, they didn't want that on them either, but those are just the facts. It is what it is. Nobody actually wants the gay title on them if they don't have to have it. They don't want it, but that's been thrown too, so it is what it is. I understand. But that little drug thing, Candy got pissed off, and that really ran her hot. And I think that's what actually led to the huge blow up. So I said, okay, so we're sitting watching. Then we see Phaedra go down to the church. She's down at the, I guess it's called the Dream Center. And Tasha Cobb was actually there. Tasha Cobb is a gospel singer that sings, She sings. There's one song that she has that I really, really like, a lot. Really like a lot. Um, and that's it. That's all I'm really going to say about Tasha Cobb because she had a couple things to say that I didn't really care for too much earlier this year. We're not going to get into it, but moving on. Anyhow, so she's down there seeing them. It's her and another guy, and that damn Phaedra, she's always trying to throw some function that's ridiculous and elaborate. So she basically wants to do her own revival with the girls and all the turmoil. Phaedra, now, baby, you do know that we know that you're the stinking bitch that really said the shit about Shamia and Candy, and Sheree has just been holding it and ain't put you on blast, but you sitting there letting Portia eat the whole goddamn stick of glue. Now you down there to the church house? Really? I mean, you're playing innocent so deep and hard that you're down to the church house? Trying to throw a revival, but you need to be smacked in the face with 10 Bibles. You need to quit. You are really doing the most. But anyway, so I looked and I said, and they're like, oh yes, well, we'll do it. We're all in to do it. And I said, down to the church house, y'all just gonna throw a revival for some random people. When did church jump in and start doing that? But okay. How much y'all getting paid, honey? Anyway, moving on. So we'll see more about that in the episode to come. But yeah, your own revival about nothing really. The theme is these bitches is out of order. Okay. All right. And you know what would be really funny, honey? Never mind, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I am. I want to say it. So, since they're going down there and you're going to have this revival, is it going to be one of those revivals like y'all would do if it was a group of 8 or 9 people like myself, and come up in there and have them screaming like Andrew Caldwell and have them hollering, "I'm not gay no more"? Is it going to be that kind of revival? Are they going to deliver you all from sucking on each other's motherfucking pussies? Is that what they're going to revive you all from? Or is it going to just be just the messiness of it all? I bet they don't try to revive that, and I bet they don't try to blast y'all for being lesbianic, honey. Interesting. Very interesting. And yeah, I know that's messy, so what? Anyway, moving on. Okay, so then we see Kenya. Kenya's sitting down there with her brother. Brother's cute. Her brother's cute. He's a cutie. And he had his little kids. And I was laughing at Kenya saying she wanted to keep his kids for 2 weeks. Now, he sound kind of like me. You know, very, very protective. Because I was real funny about my kids. And I don't leave. You know, I have a huge family. And out of that whole family, there's only been 3 people that I ever trusted to babysat my kids. Period. And he gave her very much some of the same, and she didn't fall into the 3 he was given. I don't know if I don't know about you taking care of my kids for all those days. Bitches, you crazy. Ain't nobody leaving their kids with you, can you? You can't halfway take care of your goddamn self. Let's load some children. And they're small kids. They're like, I think that the youngest one looked about 7, and the oldest one was maybe 13 or so. Little boy looked like he might have been 13 or something like that. Ain't nobody leaving you with their motherfucking kids with your old mixed up crazy ass. And then in the same conversation, you segue over into everything that's going on with you and Matt. You want me to leave my 2 daughters and my son here with you, while you got a motherfucker that's coming down here busting windows out and carrying on. Bitch, you have got to be sitting on Aardvark Lane, bitch. You're an idiot. Ridiculous. So at least we got to see that the brother, as cute as he is, got better sense than his goddamn dumbass sister. And he told her, period, everything she was saying, and she was throwing out all the dirt. And the way she does, dirtying up Matt's name, and then said, "Oh no, he's a good guy." The brother was like, "He need to go. Period. He need to go. I don't want to give. I don't give a fuck what you say. He need to go. Ain't nobody dumb in this Kenya, but ain't nobody gonna get that ass whooping that Matt's giving out but Kenya. So continue. Anyway, moving on. So now we got Candy, Cynthia, and Phaedra all had gotten together. And they were kind of talking about this trip to go to Hawaii. And, Phaedra was planning on maybe bringing Portia. They were worried about how Cynthia would feel about Peter coming. Honey, I looked at that Cynthia. I said, look at her old slick behind, honey. She's over there getting her puss tightened up in the previous episode. And now she's like, I'm getting ready to get to use this, honey. I'm getting ready to try it out. She'll say, well, it'll be a good opportunity to have a good time with Peter one last time. I said, have a good time with Peter? Is that code for letting him bust your box, honey? I understand. I ain't mad at you, bitch. I understand. I always like Peter. Peter, he makes an ass out of Cynthia, but Peter's good looking old man, honey. So, girl, let him bust your box, honey. You done got it all tightened up. He gonna like that, honey. It's gonna be interesting. Anyway, moving on. Old nasty ass Cynthia. We get down to, everybody gets there to Hawaii. Candy's very antsy, okay? She's very antsy. They were having dinner. She's very antsy at the table. Then Sheree jumped right in like a paid little pawn. And she's like, the atmosphere's not right. And I just figured that, baby, you know her speech, her let's get the shit started speech. We just sitting there looking at each other, fuck that shit, my turn, I gotta get it started. So she goes in and says, I think we should just get it on out so we can all have a good time. So, in the confessionals, I had laughed because Portia had actually stated, basically, that she brought her toy for Candy's toy. Well, I don't know what that was all about because her toy was sitting over there looking like a motherfucking idiot for half the time. And the other half of the time, he was like, who the fuck am I actually traveling with? What the fuck's really going on? Bitch, you munching box all like that? Bitch, you got all the shit started? He was sitting there looking like a deer caught in headlights. Just faces of the shit. Peter was like, whoa, whoa, because at a point, Candy just literally got up and just started spewing it. When I tell you Candy turned the motherfucking table, I said, this is a Teresa Giudice moment. Turned the whole motherfucking dinner out. She left and went to the bathroom. When she came back, I said, oh, did you go pee on your hands or something, Candy? Because she came back and turned it. Gave all of it out there. Was like, I just want y'all to know she's a liar. This, that, and the other. And Portia did what? Sat at the table and started lying. And Candy basically gave it to her, said, you're a lying bitch. And Portia's like, I'm a lying bitch? Yeah, you're a lying bitch. And she lies. And I've told y'all, now listen to her. And they were like, literally like, well, wait a minute, Portia. Well, hold on, Portia. And talk about the drugs. I mean, and everybody at the table, like one by one, was just like, boom, 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 falling like dominoes, like, Portia. Nope, that ain't what you said that time. And she was literally just spun up in a web of her bullshit. It was like she couldn't do anything but just sit there. And she was looking just as simple. Then she started trying to add to the stories and just add to it was just getting deeper and deeper with some bullshit. And when Candy bust out with the motherfucking receipts, literally, the receipts, she literally started passing out papers with the text messages on it. I said, Candy, you been hanging around Don Juan too much, bitch. I said, child, that was a move of the children, Eddie. She really put Portia out there, and it was given, girl, zip it, bitch. Zip it, Eddie. Portia was sitting there looking foolish as hell. And then when Candy said, she's the B in LGBT, I said, oh. Then she went to that whole thing, and Portia tried to throw a little dig at Todd. Todd didn't even really buy the bait, you know. Because at one point, Todd was saying, somebody said, well, just come on and just admit it, Portia. Just get it out there and leave it alone. Well, ain't nobody talking to you, Todd. You know, but her Todd ain't say shit to little big head, honey. He ain't say nothing. But he sat back and let Candy, because Candy was doing quite fine, honey. She didn't need no band behind her. Not at all. She was handling her solo quite well. She said something else about Todd, and I was like, I'm messing with. She said, y'all try to drug me. Y'all was, you said, you told somebody else that you was going to drug me. Honey, and Sheree was like, you know what, leave them that drug thing alone, Portia. Stop that. That's a mess. Stop that. And Phaedra tried to chime in, and they were, Candy got talking to Phaedra, see, because Candy still don't know at this point that Phaedra got a whole hand up in this shit. I don't know if that's going to come out and what we're actually watching that's recorded, but I am so interested to see what happens with Phaedra and Candy at that damn reunion. I wouldn't be surprised if Candy snatched Phaedra and choked the damn shit out of her at that damn reunion. You know, all this little games she played in her revival and all this bullshit. But it was going down at that table. You hear me? And that's when, you know, Candy just got filled up to the point and said, you know, when she started this shit with the drug shit, you don't know, it took everything I had to keep from yanking this bitch. I said, and it cut there, and we're on a to be continued until next week. So, very, very interesting, folks. Very interesting. We're going to wait and see what's going on, and I'll catch up with y'all next week. All right, y'all. Later.